My name is Dr. Roger McFillin, and I'm a clinical psychologist and host of the Radically Genuine podcast. For decades now, the notion that depression is caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain has falsely dominated the mainstream narrative of this complex condition. But how did this narrative become so deeply ingrained in our cultural consciousness? Well, we can go back to 1988. The emergence of Prozac marked a pivotal moment in shaping public perception of depression. The marketing machine behind this drug, termed an antidepressant, cleverly promoted the idea of a chemical imbalance, attributing depression to a deficiency in serotonin, a neurochemical. Through widespread media coverage and direct to consumer advertising, the concept gained traction, perpetuating a simplified explanation for a deeply complex human experience, similar to insulin for diabetes. In the era of Prozac, the power of marketing took center stage as this drug found its way onto magazine covers, television commercials, and even made its mark in popular movies. Pharmaceutical salespeople flooded the offices of medical professionals, promoting the drug as a safe and effective remedy for conditions that ranged from depression and anxiety to irritable bowel, eating disorders, women's health. It was even prescribed for insomnia. Academics were hired as ghostwriters and paid spokespeople for psychiatric drugs, perpetuating the myth of a chemical imbalance at major medical conferences and in authoring textbooks and research articles. Consequently, Americans have been bombarded with relentless media messaging that reinforces the idea that a chemical imbalance is the cause of mental illness, and we have drugs to correct that chemical imbalance. A striking example is a 2003 direct-to-consumer advertisement for the drug Zoloft, which acknowledged the unknown cause of depression while suggesting a link to an imbalance of natural brain chemicals, with Zoloft positioned as the solution to correct this presumed imbalance.
This medical condition that affects your mood and disrupts your daily life. While the cause is unknown, a chemical imbalance could be the reason. Prescription Zoloft works to correct this imbalance. Only your doctor can diagnose depression. Zoloft is not for everyone. People taking MAOIs or Pimozide shouldn't take Zoloft. Side effects may include dry mouth, insomnia, sexual side effects, diarrhea, nausea, and sleepiness. Ask your doctor about Zoloft. Zoloft. When you know more about what's wrong, you can help make it right.
This marketing has been so powerful, it's believed that still more than 80% of the public believe in the chemical imbalance myth of mental illness. And for good reason. Widely popular websites like WebMD still promote this idea today. Contrary to popular belief, there is no scientific evidence to support the existence of any chemical imbalance causing depression. A comprehensive review in 2022 meticulously examined the available data and revealed a lack of evidence linking serotonin abnormalities to depression. In fact, most studies in the review found no significant differences in serotonin activity between individuals with and without depression. This is a dangerous idea, and it's time to dispel this myth and embrace a more evidence-based understanding. Framing depression as a simple chemical imbalance has far-reaching consequences. This reductionist perspective stigmatizes individuals by portraying them as broken or deficient in the eyes of society. In fact, they see themselves as somehow disordered or broken. Such labeling further marginalizes those already struggling with their mental health, hindering progress in combating stigma and fostering compassion. It's time to shift the narrative towards a more comprehensive and thorough approach. Depression is highly individualized. No one person is going to experience the same thing, and it's influenced by a potential biological, psychological, social, coping, nutritional, environmental, or other health factors. It's complex. By reducing the experience of depression to a chemical imbalance, we overlook the intricate and multifaceted nature of each individual's journey, hindering our ability to implement truly effective interventions, more than just taking a pill. Embracing the notion that our moods are beyond our control is a toxic belief that undermines the process of overcoming depression. fostering a sense of helplessness and hopelessness. In fact, the simple fact that you would believe depression is due to a biological or genetic abnormality can impede recovery. It may come as a surprise to many that the safety and efficacy of commonly prescribed psychiatric drugs aimed at mood and anxiety are shockingly poor. I have legitimate concerns that people are not provided accurate information to make informed healthcare decisions. However, this is a topic that's probably best suited for a more thorough and thought-provoking discussion, which we will explore in a future video. Please stay tuned for more enlightening content on Radically Genuine. Check out the Radically Genuine podcast. We are committed to dismantling long-standing myths perpetuated by industry-driven marketing. We strive to provide accurate information and empower individuals to question prevailing narratives. It's time to break free from the confines of the chemical imbalance myth and embark on a path of truth, compassion, ethics, and holistic mental well-being. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and to the Radically Genuine podcast for a deeper dive into this important discussion.